So we need to start off with a discussion of the hottest topic on the planet right now. What's that? Coronavirus. Coronavirus. The coronavirus is it's more than what it seems. And you'll see perhaps by the end of our session today how this all kind of ties in. The coronavirus is, it's getting the news on the planet right now. Why is that? Well, because drama, but because the news is faster than ever. You get the news very, very quickly, and people on social media, people on with their blogs and everything else, it's very, very quick. It just goes to show how quickly something can be brought to consciousness on the planet. And everybody's tuned into it. It's going so fast, the news is spreading so fast, that partly because it's drama. It's a lot of drama. A lot of people feeding into the drama. They love being the one that posts something that's really not true. And there's a lot of mistruths about it right now, but there's a lot of drama. And my experience is that as much as people say they don't like drama, they love it. They love it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in their lives. Otherwise, they would leave it. They would walk away from it. But they love it. They feed off of it. It's kind of like a odd way of reminding them that they're alive. So there's a lot of drama going on the planet right now with this coronavirus. Anybody here have coronavirus? I should ask before we get started. Anybody here have it? No? Anybody watching online, any Shambra, have coronavirus? Would you admit it if you did? If you were sitting here, would you admit it? Everybody's got it. Everybody's got it. You have the potential within you. You have the genes or the chromosomes that essentially have it. It just hasn't manifested, hasn't been brought to the surface. Just as every one of you has the genes and the chromosomes for cancer and just about everything else nasty that you can get. You don't necessarily get it from out there, and it suddenly arrives because somebody comes up to you and gives you a big hug and, face to face. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You've got the potential within you. It's already there. It just is triggered by things, triggered by attention. A lot of attention in the news to it can actually kind of trigger it. So everybody's got it. So take a deep breath with that. You already got it. Don't worry. But it doesn't mean it's going to manifest. In one of our recent workshops, I talked about the coronavirus, and I said, every virus that there is has its energetic patterns, its origins in something. It's not necessarily what it appears to be. The coronavirus, for instance, it's the energy of economics on the planet. It's an economic imbalance that so the virus comes in, just the sexual energy virus. It's a virus of consciousness. It shows up in the body and the mind is different in different ways, but the coronavirus is an economic virus. Look what's happening. Not that many people have it. How many people right now do you think are afflicted with it? Any guesses? Any good guesses?
50,000?
How many?
Like 50,000.
50,000? Anybody else? Like 2 million? A billion maybe? No? It's about 80,000 right now that actually have it. Not all have been diagnosed with it. How many have died from it? 4,000. You're good. Yeah. You either watch the news or you're very intuitive. About 4,000. Now, that's a lot of people. But in the scheme of things, it's not really a lot in terms of a virus. The normal flu in the United States this year, since the flu season started, when would that be? About October. 39 million people in America have gotten the flu. That's a lot. That's a lot more than coronavirus, but it's not in the news. And out of those, about 30,000 have died from just the common regular flu. So you see kind of the strange dynamics, the drama, the imbalance taking place with this whole coronavirus thing. It's in the news. It's everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. People are panicking. People are going to the store and wiping out, no pun intended, the toilet paper supply and hand sanitizers and all the rest of these things. Panic all over. I popped in. Caldera and Linda were shopping the other day. And by the way, for those who are new, Caldera is what I call this Jeffrey. When Caldera and Linda were shopping the other day, it was crazy. I've never seen anything like it with people and rushing and pushing each other and taking toilet paper off of somebody else's cart and putting it on their own. And that was Caldera, and it's amazing. I mean, I couldn't believe he's my channeler. So there's a lot of panic about the coronavirus. In a way, that's good, because it brings a global consciousness. There's nothing else in the world right now that's bringing that kind of attention, focused attention on things. But at its core, it's really about economics. You know, every virus again has its energy pattern, its meaning in something else. This is the economic virus, and look at what it's doing. Look at how it's affecting the planet. It's affecting everything. Travel. People stop making travel plans. They're in fear, and the chances of them getting this are about 0.002%. About 0.002%, not a lot. But people are in this hysteria. If they even think the word airport, they think they're going to catch it. Just thinking the word airport. It's causing a lot of disruptions, and will continue to, in things like anything related to travel, airlines, hotels, business meetings, going to the office, really anything that requires transactions with groups is going to be affected on the planet. It's also going to affect ultimately food distribution, because, for instance, the farmer may not want to go to the market. The truck driver doesn't want to haul the goods in. Nobody wants to go to the grocery store because they're afraid they're going to pick it up there. So it's really going to have a big impact on distribution and goods. Now, as this happens, as this occurs, it's going to have an impact on the planetary economy of about 3.5 to 4.5% hit on the economy. And you say, well, how much money do you have in your purse right now? How much money is in your purse? You could take her. How much money does she have in her? How much money do you have in your pocket? Now. $200. So it would be like losing what, $40 or something. You get by. You probably wouldn't miss it. You wouldn't even think about it. Is that all you have in your pocket?
Yes, it is.
And you're from Poland?
Yes.
And you're traveling around here?
Because I have a car.
You have a card. Oh, you have a card. Well, I was going to give you some money to help with things, because that's all you had. But that's all right. You have a card, but I'll give you the money anyway. Just okay, to help you get around the island. Yeah. I'm trying to make a point also. Let abundance come to you. If you're worried about this whole thing, let abundance come here. He didn't even ask for it. He didn't even want it, but he got it. Start expecting that, by the way. It just comes to you. You didn't come here thinking you were going to get paid to sit here. Yeah. And he said, I'm never going to spend that. So it's going to have an impact, let's say about 3.5%, maybe 4.5% of the global economy. Now, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But not really. Because after this whole scare thing is done, things will get back to normal. People will need to go back and replenish their supplies. And then they're going to think, oh, boy, I didn't have enough toilet paper. I didn't have enough emergency food. Now I better stock up on that also. And so they're going to buy a little extra. But ultimately, it's bringing a focus, worldwide focus. Ultimately, it's the thing that's going to affect most is the economy, but ultimately, it's going to get back to where it was. If you are in the stock market, if you're an investor, invest now when the prices are down because it will go back up. I mean, some of the airlines, a few may go out of business, but they'll figure out a way to get your money sooner or later. They'll be right back in the black pretty soon. But I want you to feel into what's really happening on the planet. The scare with it, the fact that really not that many have it. Worst case scenario, that I kind of have done some calculations. Worst case scenario is you're going to get maybe 100 to 140 million people that have it. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of getting sick. That's a lot of laying in bed. But ultimately, the mortality rate, the death rate, is actually not that high. It's similar to slightly higher than a regular flu. So, yes, a lot of people die, and I'm not glossing over that fact, but it's just something that's on the planet, like like cancer, like anything, it's going to happen. I'm not taking it lightly, but I'm saying let's not overreact to it. Let's see it for what it really is.